नमस्ते दोस्तों, आपका वैल्यू एजुकेटर चैनल में स्वागत है, जहां आप सीखते हो स्टॉक मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करके आप कैसे पैसे बना सकते हो। तो मेरा नाम है शशांक और ये वीडियो हम ऐसे एक स्टॉक के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कि जिसका जो पी है वो सिर्फ 6 टाइम्स है। तो ये जो कंपनी का बिजनेस है वो फिल्म मेकिंग में है, यानी अलग अलग जो प्लास्टिक बेस्ड फिल्म्स होती है वो मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, जिसमें बीओपीपी आ जाता है, बीओपीईटी आ जाता है, सीपीपी आ जाता है, अलग अलग टाइप्स के फिल्म्स है। तो इसके बारे में हम ये वीडियो में काफी डिटेल में जानकारी लेंगे। तो ये जो बिजनेस के बारे में हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं इसका नाम है कॉस्मो फिल्म्स करके, और ये जो कंपनी है उसका नाम रिसेंटली चेंज हुआ था। पहले जो नाम था वो कॉस्मो फिल्म्स करके था, अभी जो रिसेंट नाम है वो कॉस्मो फर्स्ट है। तो ये जो बिजनेस है इसमें हम ये भी देखेंगे कि इसको करंटली 6P क्यों मिल रहा है और क्या ये बिजनेस में आगे जाके री रेटिंग आ सकती है या नहीं। तो ये जो कंपनी है उसके मोस्ट ऑफ द जो रेवेन्यूज है वो पहले कमोडिटी फिल्म से आते थे। स्लोली दे आर डाइवर्सिफाइंग एंड मूविंग टुवर्ड्स स्पेशलिटी साइड ऑफ बिजनेस। इसके अलावा उन्होंने 2 नए जो बिजनेस वर्टिकल्स है उनको भी शुरुआत की है उनकी, जिसमें स्पेशलिटी केमिकल्स करके एक वर्टिकल उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, जिसमें टेक्सटाइल केमिकल्स या मास्टर बैचेस या एडेसिव्स ये जो सेगमेंट है वो उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किए हैं। और एक उनका थर्ड सेगमेंट है विच इज जिगली। तो जिगली यानी जो एक पेट केयर बेस्ड उन्होंने एक नया प्रोडक्ट या नया सेगमेंट शुरू किया है। ये सेगमेंट में जो डोमेस्टिक पेट्स है यानी डॉग्स या कैट्स है उनके रिलेटेड उन्होंने जो सर्विसेज है वो आगे जाके वो प्रोवाइड करने वाले हैं। तो ये वीडियो में हम डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे कि कॉस्मो फिल्म्स का जो बिजनेस करंटली 6P पे मिल रहा है, क्या आगे जाके उसको री रेटिंग मिल सकता है या नहीं। तो ये जानने के लिए वीडियो कंप्लीट देखिए, और अब तक यदि आपने वैल्यू एजुकेटर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया होगा तो जरूर सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक कीजिए ताकि ऐसे जो वीडियोस है वो आपको आगे जाके भी मिलते रहे। सो लेट्स नाउ डिस्कस इन डेप्थ अबाउट कॉस्मो फिल्म बिजनेस मॉडल। Cosmo Films was established in 1981 and it is a pioneer of BOPP film industry in India. Later in 2002, it acquired Gujarat Propack Limited. The company got listed in year 2005 and after that Cosmo acquired GBC Commercial in 2009 year. This acquisition was made through its Netherlands subsidiary CF Holding Limited BV. In 2022 financial year, the company has ventured into specialty chemicals and pet care. Cosmo is into plastic film business which is used in packaging, lamination, labeling and industrial applications. Cosmo majorly does BOPP film business. BOPP means biaxially oriented polypropylene, which is a type of a plastic. The company also sells CPP films which is very small compared to BOPP. CPP means cast polypropylene. Cosmo is going to start BOPET line in H2 2023 financial year. And BOPET means biaxially oriented polyethylene terephthalate. Cosmo Films is the world's largest producer of thermal lamination films. It is second largest player globally in specialty label films and world's largest supplier of industrial application films. Now let's discuss about BOPET, BOPP and CPP films. BOPET has high air barriers which is oxygen barrier, and also it have high tensile and dielectric strength. It is chemically very inert and it has both high temperature and low temperature resistance and also retains aroma of products. BOPET is used in food packaging where food is sensitive to oxygen, electric insulation and also used in graphic arts and imaging. BOPP has a strong moisture barrier and high transparency. BOPP is used in food products packaging such as confectionery, biscuit, etc. and also used in plastic wraps for ready-made garments, adhesive tapes and print lamination. CPP is the cheapest amongst three as it doesn't have any special properties such as air barrier or water vapor barrier, but it has good seal strength, low seal initiation temperature and better tear strength. CPP is used in military food packaging, anti-fog and deep freeze applications. Cosmo Films have 3 business segments which are film business, specialty chemicals and pet care. Film business can be broadly classified into 2 parts. Those are specialty films and non-specialty films or commodity films. Specialty chemicals have 3 segments which are Masterbatches, textile coating chemicals and adhesives. Cosmo Films have started Masterbatches and textile chemicals in 2022 and adhesives they are going to start from second half of 2023 financial year. Masterbatches and adhesives are primarily for the backward integration for their film business. Petcare division has started in 2023 and they are developing a brand called as Zigly. Now let's discuss about each segment of the Cosmo Films starting from the film business, which is the core segment for the Cosmo Films. Under flexible packaging they have printing and pouching films which are used in packaging of snack food, bakery product, ice creams, chocolate, and confectionery. Barrier films offers the barriers such as oxygen barrier, water vapor barrier, and aroma barriers and increases the shelf life of the food products. Cosmo films have two types of barrier films which are transparent and metallized. Transparent barrier films are used in case where the visibility of the product is important for the consumer, for example box of strawberries. While metallized barrier films are coated with a thin layer of metal, usually aluminum, which provides good barrier against water vapor, oxygen, and other gas barriers. Overwrap films are used in various applications including general overwrap, cable overwrap, and cigarette overwrap. Under lamination films, they have standard range lamination films which consist of both thermal and wet lamination films. They provide thermal lamination films in both BOPP and PET base. Thermal lamination films have extrusion coated surface with low temperature melting resin which enables the lamination of the film to paper products by heat and pressure. Wet lamination films are suitable for conventional wet lamination which is done with dispersion, solvent base, UV or special hot melt adhesives. These are only offered in BOPP base. Some examples of standard range laminations are thin plastic layers on notebooks, magazines, and print laminations such as lamination of Aadhaar card. Special application laminations are specially engineered to provide protection to some special applications like debit card, credit card, which needs high visibility, high resistance to elongation and tear, and it should be yellow tint free. Premium laminations are used in luxury packaging and for lamination of high-end graphic pictures. Under label films, they have pressure sensitive labels which are very similar to stickers. They require pressure to form a bond between adhesives and surface of the product. The self-adhesive characteristic of these films mean that no heat is required for the label to adhere to the product. For example, pressure sensitive labels is label on shampoo bottles. Cosmo Films is top 3 producer of self-adhesive films which are pressure sensitive labels. Globally, there are only 3 to 4 players and it needs a lot of research to enter into this segment. Top 3 players consist of 90% of the global market share. Wrap-around label films are widely used in food and beverage industry. For example, the label we see on water bottle. In-mold label films are also known as IML. In IML, pre-printed label is inserted via automation into the cavity of injection mold and plastic is injected over the label. This produces a labeled plastic part in which the label is permanently fused to the part itself. Label over lamination films provides both protection as well as rich aesthetics to the printed label. Direct thermal printable films are BOPP films with proprietary coating which forms image or impression upon applying the heat. This is used in information labeling such as airport baggage tags. Under industrial films, they have adhesive tape films, textile bag films, release films, and synthetic paper. Release film is a plastic or paper based sheet that is used to prevent sticky surfaces from adhering prematurely. Pressure sensitive adhesives require use of liner to carry the adhesives for end use applications. Synthetic paper is replacement of the paper in applications where durability and longevity is desired. Synthetic paper have many uses such as printing of menu cards for commercial use, tags and labels of clothes, and for any outdoor displays such as billboard, etc. Cosmo Films sells majorly to the customers like Huhtamaki and Amcor, which are converters, and these companies in turn sell to the FMCG companies. In many cases, they also have the tri-party contracts between Cosmo Films brand and the converter. Converters like Huhtamaki and Amcor convert the plain film by printing the colors and also gives the shape to the film if required, like in the case of pharmaceutical tablet packaging. Companies like Nestle, Marico and HUL comprises of 30 to 40% of the FMCG revenues. Here we can see specialty, semi-specialty and pure commodity films of the Cosmo Films Limited. Films highlighted above in red color are specialty films, while in blue color include both specialty and commodity, and black color represents pure commodity films. Cosmo Films categorize as the product as specialty films where there are no more than 3 to 4 suppliers worldwide. Global BOPP demand is estimated to be approximately 8,500 metric ton per annum. Currently, India BOPP production is estimated at approximately 700k metric ton per annum. In India, domestic BOPP consumption is approximately 550k metric ton per annum and remaining is exported. Company has a target to reach 80% of the volume share of specialty film by the end of 2024 financial year. Currently, the volume share of specialty films is 64% and remaining 36% is commodity films. From this graph, we can see the share of specialty volume over the years. Each 1% shift in specialty adds EBITDA of 4 to 5 crores. Company also have a target to reach 80% share of revenues from specialty films by end of 2023 financial year. Now let's deep dive into specialty chemical business. Specialty chemicals is very asset light business. In this business, it is not about the capex, but it is more of an innovation. Under specialty chemicals, they have Masterbatches, which is a concentrated mixture of pigments and additives used for coloring or imparting specific desired properties to the plastic. The size of the Masterbatches segment in India is about 500k metric ton and growing at 11% per annum. Textile coating chemicals, which are basically all auxiliary textile chemicals which makes the fabric more durable and more lavish. Cosmo Films started this business segment as coating chemicals for BOPP films and gradually transformed it into the textile chemical business. Size of the textile coating chemicals industry in India is about $1.4 billion and growing at 12% per annum. In textile chemicals, there are about 100 players in India, while Cosmo's plan is to serve only to niche applications. In textile chemicals, they are going to launch 50 products, out of which 12 are already developed. In phase 1, Cosmo is developing textile chemicals for cotton applications, and in phase 2, they are planning to cater nylon and polyester applications. In adhesives, there are only 4 to 5 players, and Cosmo Films' plan is to make adhesives for the film applications. Adhesive segment size in India is about $3.5 billion and it is growing at 8 to 10% per annum. All these segments in specialty chemicals are niche. Cosmo Films is planning only for the niche applications in specialty chemicals. Now let's discuss about the capacities of the each segment. Masterbatches have the capacity of 10k metric ton, while textile chemicals have the capacity of 5k metric ton and adhesives have the capacity of 2.5k metric ton. Both Masterbatches and textile chemicals started in 2022 financial year and adhesive segment will be starting from the second half of the 2023 financial year. The company started manufacturing of the Masterbatches mainly for the backward integration for the film business. In future, company is also planning to sell these Masterbatches for other industrial applications such as automobile and construction sector. Technology required for the Masterbatches is developed in-house. Currently, company has 12 products in Masterbatches segment and among these products they have already commercialized 6 of them. Masterbatches are of the 3 types, which is color Masterbatches, additive Masterbatches and special effect Masterbatches. The Masterbatch industry in India is characterized by the presence of large unorganized sector account for almost 50% of the market share. Now let's discuss about some of the listed players in the Masterbatches. First one is Plastic Blends India. It produces Masterbatches for polyolefins, including BOPP, PET, PBT, ABS, HIPS and EVA. The company's plants are located in Daman, Roorkee, Uttarakhand and Surat, which have a combined manufacturing capacity of 1,25,000 metric ton per annum. Plastic Blends India is amongst the largest manufacturer of the Masterbatches in India, accounting for 10 to 12% of the organized domestic Masterbatch industry. Second company is Deep Polymer, which is engaged in manufacturing of Masterbatches since 1992 and anti-fab filler Masterbatches since 2004. The company manufactures various types of filler Masterbatches including filler Masterbatches and additive filler Masterbatches. Currently, the company has the manufacturing capacity of 36k metric ton per annum. It is also planning to establish new plant in Kanpur with the capacity of 12k metric ton per annum. Under color Masterbatches, we have 4 types. First one is universal Masterbatches. These are not polymer specific and can be applied to lot of polymers. Second type is resin specific Masterbatches, which are specifically used for PET or polycarbonate depending on the application. Third one is liquid Masterbatches. These Masterbatches are in the form of pellet but in liquid form. And fourth one is particulate master batches, which is similar to compressed powder. Next segment is additive master batches. Under this segment we have UV stabilizers, which are used in applications where there is a high exposure to sun or UV radiation, like greenhouse films, stadium plastic chairs, woven sack to keep the grains, car dashboard and car AC vents. Next type under additive master batches is antimicrobial. These are used in chopping boards, drinking water pipes and sanitary applications. Basically any application that required any kind of a sanitation would require antimicrobial master batches. And there are some more types of additive master batches, which are antioxidant master batch, anti-static master batch, anti-wrap master batch and anti-fog master batch. Now let's discuss about the different types of the master batches under special effect. So the first one is double color effect, then we have pearl effect, granite effect, metallic effect and glow in dark effect. Special effect master batches can be used to impart many more effects such as wave effect and marble effect. Specialty chemicals typically have 10 to 15% EBITDA margins, but when we check the ROC, it is more than 20 to 25%. Cosmo Films Specialty Chemicals segment posted 47 crores of sales during Q1 2023 compared to 91 crores of sales for the last full financial year of 2023. Specialty chemical business could reach 350 crores of top line at current capacity, while the capex done in this segment is only 35 crores. Master batch segment have the 75% internal consumption and 25% external sales in 2022 financial year. Management have guided that they have the target to reach 7 to 8% of the consolidated revenues from master batches within 3 to 5 years with 25% ROC, and management have the similar plans with the adhesives. World specialty chemical segment can reach to 10 to 15% of the consolidated revenues in next 5 years. Now let's discuss about their third segment, which is Petcare segment. Petcare business has 3 verticals. Under pet services, which is their core business, they have pet grooming, pet vet care, online vet consulting and pet training. Second business segment is pet products. In this segment, they have dog and cat food, pet medicine and other pet products. Third business segment is a value added service. Under this, they have the special community and they also conduct events and activities for pets. Pet care and some part of the textile chemical business is B2C businesses, while rest of the business segments for the Cosmo Films are focused on B2B businesses. Pilot launch for the pet care has happened in Q2 of 2022 financial year with simultaneous launch of website, mobile van and its flagship store under the brand called as Zigly. Capex for the pilot launch is about 15 crores over the period of 18 months. Indian pet care industry is about 7,000 crores and it is expected to grow at 25% CAGR. No large-scale organized player in India offering end-to-end comprehensive solution in pet care division. To tap the same opportunity, the company planned D2C omni-channel business model to address pet needs at every stage of life. They plan to launch 15 experience centers by end of 2023 financial year, and out of which 5 are already started. Their target is to reach 150 centers in next couple of years. The company is also planning to expand Zigly's business both in digital and offline model. They have already launched the app for the Android in Q1 2023 and they are going to launch the app for the iOS very soon. They plan to complete the digital ecosystem by December 2022. Zigly business segment have monthly revenues of close to $75,000 from just 5 stores. If we extrapolate the same figures to 150 stores, we will get 140 to 150 crores of the revenues per year. Zigly's gross margins are currently 40%, which is expected to reach 50% once they have more volumes. Zigly currently have 54% repeat customers month on month, 2000 plus customers per month and 33% customer growth every month. They are targeting gross merchandise value, which is GMV, of 15 crores in 2023 financial year. Now let's talk about the capex which the company is planning. In film business segment, they have the upcoming capex for the specialized BOPET line, BOPP and CPP line. New BOPP line with the capacity of 67k metric ton is the world's largest line. Specialized BOPET with capacity of 30k metric ton can achieve revenues of 450 crores under full capacity utilization, which means specialized BOPET film segment have the asset turnover of 1. Management is expected to reach 350 crores of revenues in next financial year from the BOPET plant, and year thereafter it should reach 450 crores. Revenue can be more than 450 crores depending on the specialty mix. Payback period for the BOPET line is about 4 to 5 years. Generally, BOPET films have the very good margins compared to BOPP, but it has a lesser ROC compared to BOPP. While the management is guiding that they will have the better margins as well as the better ROC in future compared to other competitors for the BOPET film segment. So altogether the capex for the Cosmo Films is 940 crores. In Specialty Chemicals division, whatever capex company has done in 2023, they are planning to do the expansion in 2023 financial year. And the capex plan for the next 3 years under Specialty Chemical division is 60 crores. If we check the asset turnover of the film business, it is about 2, Specialized Chemicals is around 10, and Zigly is around 5. Now let's discuss about the growth engines for the next few years. First one is synthetic paper. Synthetic paper segment have the global market size of 100k metric ton, while in India the market size is about 6k metric ton. It has an immense potential to grow in future. Second trigger is direct thermal printable film. Cosmo Films is the first BOPP film producer to launch this film. Next trigger can be sustainable PVC free solutions. For this segment, Indian market size is about 30k metric ton. Heat reduction films can be another opportunity for the company, where the global market size is about $10 billion and Cosmo Films is expected to launch the heat reduction film by end of 2023 financial year. Next opportunity can be shrink label films, where the global market size is about 130k metric ton. The upcoming BOPT line for the Cosmo Films will be designed for the commodity as well as the specialty applications, while initially after starting of this line, Cosmo Films will be focusing on more of a commodity application and slowly converting this line into the specialty applications over the next 2 to 3 years. Now let's try to understand more about synthetic paper division. Synthetic paper is a replacement of the paper applications where durability and longevity is desired. It is non-tearable and has moisture and chemical resistance and excellent lay flatness. Moreover, it is printable with most of the available printing technologies and can be folded, sheeted, die cut, perforated, serrated, foil stamped, laminated, and is even writable with oil-based pens and pencils. Synthetic paper has a vast number of applications such as commercial printing, which includes printing of marketing collaterals, menu cards, instruction manuals, etc. Tags and labels, which includes food labels, apparel tags, airport luggage transfer bags, caution labels, etc. Retail and packaging involves indoor banner, billboards, POP displays, etc. Identification and credentials such as printing visiting cards, national ID cards, certificates, and mark sheet. Outdoor applications comprised of billboards, horticulture ID tags, and bus shelter displays. In heat control films, India doesn't have any branded player, and most of these films are imported from US, China, and other countries. The management claims that their product will be technically superior and cost effective, which has the very good margins as well. Cosmo Films have 3 manufacturing plants in India and 1 in Korea. These are located in Walunj, Aurangabad, Karjan, Vadodara, and Shendra, Aurangabad, and another plant they have in Asan, which is in Korea. In this industry, if the production output is 70 to 75% of the nameplate capacity, then it is considered as the full capacity utilization, because nameplate capacity is calculated based on the standard micron thickness, while the customer orders in different micron thicknesses. So the output decreases for the lesser micron thickness. Cosmo Films have the 2 lakh K metric ton capacity for the BOPP, 40k metric ton capacity for the thermal films, which are nothing but the thermal lamination films, 16k metric ton capacity for the coating films, 20k metric ton for the metallizing films, 9k metric ton for CPP, and 7.2 metric ton capacity for the Cosmo synthetic paper, which is a proprietary synthetic paper. Now let's discuss about the coating and metallized films. Coated films offer unique properties such as excellent moisture, oxygen, flavor and aroma barriers. BOPP and PET films are the most commonly used base films. These films are coated with commonly polyvinyl chloride, which is PVDC, and acrylic, which is AC. PVDC coatings enhances the moisture, oxygen, flavor and aroma barriers properties, whereas acrylic coating facilitates printability, sealability and seal integrity of the film. Coating on the BOPP film is difficult, while BOPET coating is very easy. Now let's take a look at the metallized films. Metallization is performed using physical vapor deposition process. Aluminium is the most commonly metal used for the deposition, but other metals such as nickel or chromium also can be used. The metal is heated and evaporated under vacuum, and this condenses on the cold polymer film, which is unwound near the metal vapor source. This coating is much thinner than the metal foil, and it generally doesn't fade or discolor over time. While oriented polypropylene and polyethylene terephthalate are the most common films used for metallization, nylon, polyethylene, and cast polypropylene are used. Metallized films have the reflective silvery surface similar to aluminum foil. The coating also reduces the permeability of the film to light, water, and oxygen. The properties of the films remain such as high toughness, the ability to be heat sealed, and a lower density at lower cost than an aluminum foil. This gives metallized film some advantages over aluminum foil. It is used in applications such as decoration, packaging, insulation, and electronics. In decoration, metallized films were first used for the purpose such as Christmas tinsel and continue to be used in items such as wrappers and ribbons. Metallic helium-filled novelty balloons given as a gift, which are made from the metallized BOPET and often called as mylar balloons commercially. In packaging, both PET and PP have replaced foil laminates for products such as snack foods, coffee, and candy, which do not require the superior barrier of aluminum foil. In insulation, metallized PET films are used in NASA spacesuits to reflect heat radiation, keeping astronauts warm, and in proximity suits used by firefighters for protection from the high amount of heat released from the fuel fires. In electronics, the metallized films are used as a dielectric in manufacturing for the type of a capacitor used in electronic circuits and as a material in some types of anti-static bags. In CPP division, they have the competitors like Uflex. In BOPP, the competitors are Jindal Polyfilms and Nahar Polyfilms. In BOPT, there are competitors like Garware Hi-Tech Films, Easter Industries, and SRF. In Textile Chemical division, there is a competitor by the name Rosari Biotech. While globally Huntsman and Arkoma are the major players in textile chemicals. The company has been able to grow its revenues in a stable manner over last 10 years. FY22 revenues have grown by 33% year on year, while historical CAGR is at 6.9%. The reason for this spike is because of robust demand for flexible packaging due to heightened awareness levels about hygiene and cleanliness during pandemic. While studying Cosmo Films, one should look at absolute EBITDA number instead of EBITDA margins, which can be based upon the base price of the raw materials, but the absolute margins remains the same. Cosmo Films quarterly EBITDA margins has continuously increasing from 2020 financial year till 2022 financial year. Another very important point one should understand while studying the film businesses is that it is very commodity nature of the business, which depends on the global supply and demand situation. Management target is to reach to 4,500 to 5,000 crores of the business from the film segment, and specialty chemicals should contribute 10 to 15% of the revenues by the end of 2025 financial year. Zigly being a consumer business, its contribution will be about less than 10% by 2025 financial year. BOPP is manufactured from polypropylene, which comes from the crude oil refining. There is a partial correlation between BOPP prices and crude oil prices. 50% of the changes in crude oil prices gets reflected in BOPP prices with a time lag of around a month. Here we can see the average per kg margins for the BOPP films from quarter 2 of 2019 financial year. In quarter 3 of 2019 financial year, BOPP film margins have gone close to as low as 5 rupees per kg. Minimum sustainable BOPP margins are 10 rupees per kg and normalized BOPP margins are 15 to 20 rupees per kg. In specialty films, margins are 2 to 2.5 times of the commodity BOPP margins. If we check the ROC, then it is continuously increasing from the 2019 financial year due to increase in per kg margins of BOPP film. ROC spike in 2016 is due to the EBITDA spike, which is due to lowering of the variable cost through the optimization of the power cost and freight cost. In 2022 financial year, net debt to EBITDA ratio is 0.5 times, which was 1.17 times in 2021 financial year. 2022 financial year net debt to equity is only 0.3 times, which was 0.55 times last year. Cosmo Films hasn't done substantial capex from 2018 to 2021 financial year. During this time, company has gradually increased their short-term cash position. They are maintaining it as a war chest for the upcoming 940 crores of the capex. From 2018 financial year, net debt to equity has been steadily decreasing but there is an upcoming capex of 940 crores which might increase the total debt. If we check the exports for the Cosmo Films, then exports have always increased with increase in revenues. Historically, Cosmo Films able to maintain the exports at 40% of their total revenues. Here we can check the R&D expenditure for the Cosmo Films from 2011 financial year. In 2022 financial year, R&D expenditure is about 14.3 crores, which seems quite low for such a big size of company. Now let's compare the business of the Cosmo Films with the Garware Hi-Tech Films to understand more about the films as a sector. If we compare the film business of the Cosmo Films, then it is more of a B2B company. While in case of Garware Hi-Tech Films, it is transforming from the B2B to B2C company. As this transformation of the Garware Hi-Tech Films towards B2C will complete, they can retain the profits without passing it to the customers when the raw material prices will decrease, where B2B businesses cannot retain the benefits due to lack of brand power. Cosmo Films gets about 40% of the revenues from the exports, while Garware Hi-Tech Films gets about 73% of the revenues from the exports. If we compare the gross margins of the Cosmo Films and Garware Hi-Tech Films, then we can see that despite achieving the majority portion of the specialty films, Cosmo Films gross margins are only 40%, while gross margins for the Garware is at 60%. Recently, Garware Hi-Tech Films has entered into PPF, which is paint protection films. These are very niche films with the high realization and high profitability, where there is a significant pull for the brand. While in case of Cosmo, they have entered into Petcare and specialty chemicals, which Cosmo Film is planning to showcase as a B2C product. Another significant difference between the Cosmo Films and the Garware is their balance sheet. While there is a good amount of debt in the Cosmo Films balance sheet, while in case of Garware Hi-Tech Films, it is net debt free company with cash holding of 308 crores and freehold land of about 771 crores. Garware Hi-Tech Films also holds the shares into Garware Technical Fibers, which is having current worth of 74 crores. So one should ask the question before investing in Cosmo Films is that despite achieving more than 70% revenues from the specialty segment, Cosmo Films gross margin is only 40%. While in case of Garware Hi-Tech Films, they get 75% revenues from the value added product, which is reflected in 60% gross margins. Now let's conclude this discussion with some of the risks which are associated with this business. Due to imbalances in the supply and demand situation, margins for the BOPP division can be very low because of the commodity nature of the business. Cosmo Films deals in variety of currencies that could potentially impact the company's profitability due to forex exchange rate. Different countries have different laws and regulations. Regulations by countries requiring ban of plastic materials and use of eco-friendly materials can impact the company's profitability in future. तो यदि आपको भी स्मॉल एंड माइक्रो साइज की जो कंपनीज है उनमें इन्वेस्ट करना है, उनके बिजनेस मॉडल के बारे में और डिटेल में जानकारी चाहिए, तो आप मेरे माइक्रो कैप क्लब को ज्वाइन कर सकते हो। इसकी जो लिंक है मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में दी है। इसमें हम काफी डिटेल में अलग अलग जो बिजनेस मॉडल है उसके बारे में डिस्कस करते हैं, क्या क्या अपकमिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, जो करंटली बहुत छोटे बिजनेसेस है बट जो ग्रोथ रनअवे इन फ्यूचर है दैट कैन बी वेरी ह्यूज। तो ऐसे जो अलग अलग स्टॉक्स है उनको हम ट्रैक करते हैं और इसके रिलेटेड एक पोर्टफोलियो भी क्रिएट किया है। तो ये माइक्रो कैप क्लब है, उसको आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो। इसकी जो लिंक है आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी। और यदि आपको ये कॉस्मो फिल्म्स का डिटेल वीडियो पसंद आया होगा तो जरूर इसे लाइक कर दीजिए, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक कीजिए ताकि ऐसे जो वीडियोस है आपको आगे जाके भी मिलते रहे। और ये वीडियो जरूर आप आपके सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर कीजिए ताकि उनको काफी नॉलेज एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिल जाएगा।